The highest correlation of directional preference within the derangement group, which is the only thing that we analyzed, so those 15 people that we looked at, how can we better predict it, was mechanical stress, and that was inversely related to directional preference at 73.3%. The largest was anyone that had excessive mechanical stress of extension. There was a 75% likelihood that some form of flexion was going to help them.
That's a big number.
A bunch of different forms of flexion, which I thought was cool. Just passive flexion, a lot with flexion with traction, where they just completely gapped the carpals and flexed under traction. And then something which I had used that a lot before, I guess. And then we referred to all these as unloaded or loaded. I don't know if that's technically how the Institute uses it, but we put that in the methodology in regards to weight bearing. So if we loaded a joint through a weight bearing position, we refer to that as loaded, and then some people as partially loaded. But loaded wrist flexion was a new thing for me. And basically, we're just trying to use these people are getting better through flexion. We just want to push it as aggressively as we could under as much load as we could. And that's kind of how that came about. So that was interesting. And then there was one other interesting flexor that needed a lateral glide through the carpal. So it was a medial lateral glide through the carpals as he flexed. So already just through flexion, there was a bunch of interesting loading strategies. But again, I think, from this, to me, the most important thing was that predictor of mechanical stress. If you get on eval, tease out what someone does, and if they're doing something excessively with their wrist all day, and you've ruled out the spine. In this study, it was 73%. In the extremity study, it was 90% inverse correlation. So if you can pick that up, you got a good chance of finding the right movement day one before you even move that person. So I think that gives a lot of confidence and efficiency in finding directional preference better.